Hi, I'm Jeff Stokes. Welcome to Jeff's Daily Dose of Encouragement. Today I want to encourage you to teach your children how to pray. Now, I had a bit of a conversation with my youngest son today because, I sensed he was struggling with some issues and talked to him about those. And then I went back to him and said, you can pray and ask God about those things, and He can help you. You can't fix them yourself, but God can help you and He can fix them. You know that, don't you? And he said yes. And I explained how that I had issues that went on for years, and I kept asking God, and then one day God spoke to me. And then I had a thought in my mind. After I'd left him, I had a thought come to my mind to go and say that, you know how that often you'll ask Dad for things and Dad forgets and things like that, and you keep asking and coming back. He said, yes, he said with a wry sort of smile. I said, well, it's a bit like that with God, except God doesn't forget, but He just gives it to you when the time's right. So just keep asking. So that's what I want to encourage you today. And it says over here, Jesus mentioned children a few times, having the attitude of a child and receiving a child, and our attitude towards children. In Matthew 18, chapter 3, and it says, Jesus said, verily I say to you, except you be converted and become as little children, you shall not enter into the kingdom of heaven. And I've been reading a book that's been given to me for my course called Celebration of Discipline, and in it the author Richard Foster talks about prayer and approaching God like a child. And children don't approach their parents with any sort of pretense. They just sort of come out and say whatever's on their heart to their parent. If they want, Jesus used the analogy about when He said, "Ask and seek and knock." If your child asks for bread, do you give him a stone? Or if you ask a fish, do you give him a serpent? Children can just come to God. They come to God innocently. They come to their parents innocently, and we can come to God innocently and just ask whatever's on our heart, and then God gives us what we need. And over in Matthew 19:13 it says, then were brought to Him, to Jesus, little children, that He should put His hands on them and pray, and the disciples rebuked them. But Jesus said, suffer little children, and forbid them not to come unto me, for of such is the kingdom of heaven. Having that, and that's what I was trying to get across to my son, just have that same attitude that you have, so to speak, towards your parents. It's supposed to be respectful, but just that innocent asking for stuff because it's on your heart, just like a kid would. Just teach your children to pray like that. If you don't know the Lord Jesus, if you confess with your mouth the Lord Jesus and believe in your heart that God raised Him from the dead, you will be saved. For whosoever shall confess that Jesus is the Son of God, God dwells in him and he in God. If you cry out genuinely in your heart with that innocent heart for help, God will not pass you by. He will hear your cry. God bless you. Have a great day.